they were really doing according to the Lord's will. Then it went verse, and then we have in the end a church, it's number 6, it's Philadelphia. And what do we know about Philadelphia? Philadelphia was a church where there was no rebuke and only praise. I would say from all the 7 churches, it was the best, because even Ephesus, who was really good, had a small rebuke. Yeah. And then the Laodicea, it's embarrassing. We don't even want to talk about it. There's no praise at all and a lot of rebuke. So we have to admit that we are part of these, and it's not so nice. And we see around the state of Christianity nowadays, it's not as we want it to be. Maybe in some places it's a little better. I'm sure here it's a little bit better. In our place it's medium, and in some places maybe really bad. So what was taking place in the time of the early church? In the time of the early church with Ephesus, we have here some texts where it says, for example, and there was Philip, and he had 4 daughters who prophesied. And then Paul was saying to the ladies, hey, ladies, please, 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 if you prophesy, please wear a head covering. So they were prophesying all the time. So it was very common that there were prophecies, that the Lord came over the men and women and gave prophecies. It was very common. So common that the Lord had to say, please wear a head covering. All these prophecies, please at least wear a head covering. So it was very common at that time. I don't know anything about prophets in the time between Ephesus and Philadelphia. Probably there were here and there one, but not much. At least they're not very well known. I don't know any. Maybe you know some. Then we know in the time of Philadelphia. Do you know a prophet who was living in the time Philadelphia? As far as I know, it was between 1798 and about 1900, maybe 1920. Do you know any who was living at that time? Who was it? Okay, yeah, so we agree in that. At least one we know, maybe there were more, I don't know, but at least one we know. Unfortunately, she's not living anymore. And as we found out in the church of Laodicea, there's not so much, there's no praise at all. So maybe that has something to do with that we don't have a prophet today. Or do you know a prophet amongst us? Is there a prophet here? Did you know any somewhere? I mean, it could be there's somewhere a prophet. I was thinking long. I didn't come up with one, but maybe you have one here. Does anybody know of a prophet nowadays? Yeah, there's one. Again? Yeah, false prophets were always around. Yeah, that's unfortunately the case. I'm sure. For every true prophet, Satan will send 5 false prophets to make us confused. That's unfortunately the case. So, but I mean, here it's a nice group here of people who really want to go with the Lord, who really dedicate their lives for His service, who were really devoted to the Lord. So that makes me very happy. And when we combine here the text that we're reading, so at Eli's time there was no prophet, because the word of the Lord was very rare, because the leaders were really in a very bad apostasy. In the times of Ephesus, there were loads of prophets, because the people were really faithful to the teachings of Jesus. Then there was nothing, and then there was the church Philadelphia, which had only praise. There was a very big prophet, and then there was nothing anymore, because we're now in Laodicea. But we have also the promise from Acts 2 that in the end your sons and daughters will have dreams, and your ancients and your old men and women will have visions. And even that's a quote from Joel chapter 2, where even he was prophesying in the end time, at the very end, we will have many visions and dreams. So since I see now with a lot of joy in my heart that people are coming back to where they should be. We are coming back to the message that was preached in the time of Philadelphia. I think we agree in this, that all these things that we learn here about the Father and the Son and many other things, about country living and health reform and clothes reform and all these reforms, that's just going back to the time of Philadelphia. No? So if we have really groups here with lots of people who go back to the teachings that we know from Philadelphia from that time, that were rediscovered at that time. I mean, they were not new, but at that time they were really keeping them. So we can expect that the Lord will be merciful to us again, and He will send us also some visions and some prophecies from some people. And I wouldn't be surprised if one day, like in a group like this, somebody will come in the morning and say, "Oh, brothers and sisters, you know what? This night an angel came, and you know what he said? We should do this and this." And he explained that Bible text, and he was saying to me this and this. Yeah, that was so unbelievable. And don't laugh about him. Don't kick him out. I think that's what we can expect. That will happen. And so don't be so judgmental about this person who might come. You can prove him. There are lots of proofs we have in the Bible. There will definitely come also some who will claim that, but they are wrong prophets. We have good Bible knowledge here in our group and many other groups nowadays. So you can prove. So what did he say? Okay, he was in heaven. He met Abraham. Forget it. Sit down. We don't want to hear you. He is against the Bible, but Abraham is dead. So we can understand if everything that he says is in conformity with the Bible that we know, I think very well now, and his life is in accordance with the reforms, and he's a good Christian and unselfish, and he's a loving person, then and he's all these tests that we have, then he's fulfilling them, or she, it might be a she, it says the sons and daughters. It will be also ladies, elderly ladies and young ladies will have dreams and visions. So this is what I want to tell, what we can expect for the last days. We need special guidance. We have a lot of guidance here from Ellen White, but for the last days, we might need some more, that we can really be sure that there will, I mean, even she wrote that there will be still many things that we have to unlearn and learn, and truth is progressive and we will learn more things. So there might be a necessity, even especially in these last days when there are coming some problems that we don't really know how to act. I mean, we had all these vaccines, and there might come other problems in this world where we're really not sure what to do. Should we go this way or this way? And then it might be very well, that God will give us special guidance. So this I wanted to encourage you to be aware of this, and everybody leads a life that he might be the one, or maybe even everyone can be enlightened directly by dreams and visions by the Lord, because it says here I think it was in First Corinthians, strive to have visions and prophecies. It's something that we can desire. So that's what I wanted to say to you, and I want to encourage you to continue on your road. I'm really happy to see all these faithful people. Go with the Lord, and may you be blessed.
Amen.